How to create an animal rescue poster using Latigo. First, go to www.latigo.co. When you go to the site, you're going to want to join now for free. You're going to sign up and you're going to verify your account through your email. After you do that, log in. When you log in, you're going to be taken to this screen. This is your dashboard. You will not see all these posters. It will be white down here. So I'm going to use a foster kitten as an example. The first thing you want to do is you want to upload any of your images, videos, or documents, such as an adoption application for any animal you want to build a poster for. So I'm going to upload a picture of a foster kitten. And sometimes it takes a little while to upload because we are in beta, we are working on a lot of things. Sometimes there's other people uploading, or if you upload really big files, it could take a while. When you hit OK, it's going to take you to your file library. That's this tab. In this tab, you will have access to all the pictures, videos, documents you upload. The images will drop into this tab, the videos will drop into the video tab, and the documents will drop in here. If you would like to, you can create a new folder, name it for each animal. I have one I already named for Sage, the foster kitten, and you can move pictures or videos or documents into the folder you want them to go into. So I'm going to go ahead and move these into Sage's album. And it kind of brought me there, and it kind of keeps it a little organized. And you want to make sure everything's uploaded you're trying to upload before you click to create a poster. Otherwise, it'll show the broken thumbnail in your poster editor. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to click Create New Content. You're going to select a poster, and you're going to give it a name. So I'm going to say Meet Sage. If you would like, you can fill out this information, or you could do it in the poster editor, but a title is the only thing actually required to go to the next screen. So you click Next. Now it's going to bring you into the poster creator. And what you can do is you can select a template, and the templates are loading. We have some dog for adoption template and a cat for an adoption template. You can create your own blank one. If you would like, you can resize down here to create your own if you want it bigger, or you can resize in the settings tab. I always recommend doing a poster around 800 in width, give or take, because that is the best mobile viewing size. However, I am going to select a template. I'm going to select the cat for adoption template. And so it's going to redo my screen. And this is a stock template, so I want to replace this information with my own information. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this picture. I can click the delete key on my keyboard, or I can use this drop-down menu and click delete. I'm going to drop in my own pictures. Now I want to use a really cute picture of Sage, so I want to use, let's use this one. And what I want to do, when you share to Facebook or email, it's going to give a thumbnail preview with a link back to your poster. The only part that's going to show up in that thumbnail preview is this top portion of your poster. So when we create the templates, we try to give you a place where you can kind of put the picture of the animal. So when you're sharing, it shows the animal before the person clicks to view the poster. And so if you want to keep this in the same proportion when you're resizing, you're going to hold down your Shift key, grab this corner, and it will keep it in the same proportion. You can kind of just play around and move it where you want to move it. So now this is Sage. So now I'm going to replace this information. If I double click in the text box, I can edit the text. So I'm going to say Meet Sage. I want to change this coloring a little bit and have it stand out. So let's turn the color kind of a dark teal. So now it's changed. Now it says insert all important text. Okay, so I'm going to insert some information about her. And let's see, let's center it. And your font size, you want to kind of use probably a minimum of size 28, maybe 32, around that, because a lot of people will view these posters from their phone, and anything smaller than 28 is often hard to see on the phone. So I'm going to say Sage is an 8-week-old kitten looking for her forever home. She will be fixed prior to being adopted. So I can kind of put what I want to put there. If you are interested in adopting Sage, her contact information is below. Now I want to make this a little bit bigger, so I'm going to increase the font size. Let's do 42. I'm going to say, please share Sage's poster. Let's bold that. Okay. So now I want to add some more pictures of Sage in. So I also have a video of her. So I can put, I recommend leaving some space after you put text, because the text will drop down a little bit when viewed on mobile and you don't want anything to overlap. You can, if you want, you can turn things. You can layer. So if I want to send this to back, I can put that behind. I can hit the delete key, or I can do the drop down delete. I can copy. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put one picture. I'm going to put her video, and then I am going to put all the contact information and kind of center that. So I ran out of space down here. So instead of grabbing this and kind of messing with this layout that's real centered, what I would rather do is just add some height. So I'm going to go to the settings, and I'm just going to make a guess, 4,500, and click enter, and it's going to add a whole bunch of height to the poster for me. So now I'm going to go back, and I want to hit use her video. So let me drop her video down here. And I make these really fast. I'm going kind of slow because I'm kind of trying to show the different tools that are used. I recommend kind of making the videos somewhat big. On Android devices, they tend to play directly on the poster, which is why I recommend playing them big. On iPhones, they usually open up in a new screen. You can also, if you want to do a video and you have anything uploaded to YouTube, you can also insert the YouTube URL and it'll play that. The videos do play right there on the poster. They're a great way when you're trying to adopt out an animal to actually show that animal and allow the potential adopter to truly connect with it, because they can physically see it moving instead of just a picture. So let's add some more pictures. So let's see, we used that one and this one. So now I'm going to add, I want to add all 4 of these. And I want to make them look good. So I'm going to hold the shift key to keep in the same proportion. And let's kind of move this. I can kind of make sure it's about the same size or so. You can make these really quick too. They don't have to be perfectly centered. I mean, people are just wanting to get the information. I tend to be a little bit of a perfectionist. And since I'm showcasing everything, I want to kind of make them look decent. And these pictures are all kind of a little bit different sizes too. And then I want the rest of, I have one more picture of Sage. Sage is actually really, really cute. She took these pictures on my front porch with me yesterday. She's kind of my little indoor foster kitten. So, and then I'm going to give my contact information so somebody can get a hold of me if they're interested in adopting Sage after I finish getting her vetted. So I like to center my text. I'm going to increase the size probably down to, I'm going to put contact. I'm going to bold this and make it kind of a reddish color so it's going to really stand out as my contact information. And then I want just some normal color font. Much smaller text. Let's say, I guess I didn't highlight it. from bold and bold. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Sometimes it picks up the other font. A lot of this stuff we're working on, so we're going to try to fix. And I'm not going to put my full number just yet. Then I'm going to do where she is located, Houston, Texas. And we'll just leave that red. And I'm going to drop in a map. So I'm going to say, she's actually up closer to Willis, so let me put a zip code, 77378. And the maps, I recommend increasing their size as well. So let me increase the height of the poster a little bit. And this is because, like I said, most people view from their phones, and it's very hard to scroll around in the map if you do an itty-bitty map. And I know it kind of looks like this, but when you save, it'll save the map, and it'll show the whole thing. Like I said, a lot of these little things, the site's pretty new. We're fixing from week to week. This is just kind of a quick overview of how you can make an adoption poster of a dog or a cat pretty quick, and drop in both the pictures and the video, put a map location, put your information, and the great thing about these is they live update. So I always recommend putting contact information and location, because when you cross post, those are your two most important things besides showcasing the animal to get to the right type of adopters, to get to the right type of groups. If you're cross posting an animal in California to a group in New York, it doesn't do a whole lot of good. So what I'm going to put is your description text is going to show up when you share these to Facebook, and your title is, along with the thumbnail. So those are your three most important things. Is you want to make sure you have a clean looking thumbnail, which is going to be kind of this top portion right in here. So I do. I have Meet Sage, and I'm going to say, and it says for adoption right here, so anybody can see it's a kitten for adoption. So now I'm going to put my location, located Houston, Willis, Texas, contact Jessica, and I will actually, when I update this, add in my full number. I can also add in an email address. That's really good. And then I'm going to put a little bit of information about her. 8-week-old female kitten. Super sweet. And she is. She's very, very sweet. Let me add in female kitten here. Okay. And if I wanted to, I could add in an adoption contract or application. And for search tags are going to be your keywords that if anybody on Latigo is searching for something directly within the site, they can find your poster. So if you're networking an animal, I do recommend using them. Not a whole lot of people are searching right now within Latigo. Most people are sharing to Facebook. But there are people that come to the site that look for examples that are networking and trying to adopt and foster out a lot of animals. So for a cat, I would just use cat and kitten, probably maybe for adoption as your keywords. Your internal notes is your space where you can document privately information for yourself. So if you are a rescue group and have a lot of animals and have pledges, pledges are a great example. You can privately keep track of things, and it saves in this space. So every time you want to go in and edit a poster and add something, you have a running total information, maybe medical notes. I recommend when you showcase animals, give a lot of positive information about them. Always tell people the negatives, but do it where the positives kind of overtake the negatives, because when people are adopting, they want to adopt an animal that they really connect to, and some adopters are turned away from, you know, just listing out all the bad. So always, always, always showcase good pictures, you know, videos, ways for people who could potentially be an adopter to really connect with the animal. And so I have a map, and again, it will be cleaner when I save it, and I can add in an adoption application if I wanted to. It would show up here, or I can remove it, and then I can also download and save as an image. So if I want to create this poster as a picture and not as an actual link, I can do that. So like if you have a photo collage type of thing, you can. But I'm going to click Save and Exit. And it's going to take just a minute to save. It is a live poster, live update. So when you share to Facebook, which is what most people do, you can come back in and edit this poster and live update, and that link that people are sharing and viewing will continuously update with whatever you put in it. So you can keep people informed. So sometimes comments and stuff don't carry over. This updates everything. And so when somebody previews it, this is what it's kind of going to look like. They're going to see this little kitten, Sage, who's available for adoption. And see the map kind of, and it's a fully working map. It's a Google map. People can kind of get an idea of the general location, which is really important. And all you have to do now is click share and click share to Facebook, and it will share straight to Facebook. Or you can copy the link. If you copy the link, I recommend, and you paste it into a status, giving it a second to load that preview before immediately clicking enter on the link, because Facebook with links, they need a minute to generate the preview, otherwise they will just show a link up. You can also, every poster you save is going to save in your dashboard, which is this right here. You have a public gallery, you also have a private gallery, so if you have drafts or private posters that you're working on or you don't want anybody else to see, you can put it in there. If you have dogs or cats that get adopted and you no longer want their information to be visible, you can edit the poster, make it private. It will show up in your private gallery and only you will have access to it. And if people click the link, it doesn't show a broken link, it just takes them to the home page of Latigo, so they can sign up. It just keeps kind of the site clean, so if you're networking a lot of animals and you want to just keep your current available animals in here, you can move the rest to your private gallery. The other thing about this is if you hover your mouse over the poster in your dashboard, you can click make a copy. When you click make a copy, if you spend a lot of time on one poster making it look good, putting links back to your website, back to your Facebook page, you know, kind of putting things in the format you like with the type of text and stuff, for each new animal, you do not have to start from scratch making a poster. You can take this one and say meet, let's think, Shadow. Click make copy, and what it does is it just duplicated that exactly. Now if I want to go in here with a new animal, and it's the only thing that changes is this poster name. I come in and I want to put a different animal. Let's just pretend this is a cat. Let's delete this and let's just drop in the new animal. Obviously it's a dog, and then you can change, double click in there, change that little information, whatever it is, update your pictures, your video, and you can keep all the contact and map stuff the same, click and save. Now I don't want to save that one, so I'm going to cancel. And that essentially is a quick overview of how using Latigo to create these posters. I know they look like more work than just sharing pictures and videos on Facebook, but let me tell you something. If you network and cross-post a lot of animals, and if you are a rescue or a foster, number one, you get a profile in Latigo. If you showcase all of these animals, people can go to your profile, they can share these out, you can keep track of things kind of in an organized space outside of Facebook, because when you're in Facebook, you get so many alerts that you get distracted. And this really showcases these animals in such a great way that when you share them out and other people do, they get all of the information and you're really, really telling a story about the animal. It doesn't take long. I mean, that poster took me, what, maybe 10 minutes, but that's because I kind of took my time explaining the different features. Once you make them and you learn how it works, you can make them really quick. And there's so many different things you can do on the site besides just this. People can message if they're interested in the animal, and it will reference tag which animal they're talking about. I'm going to delete this one because it was a copy. You can come back, and if you're sharing in a whole lot of groups, come back and just real quick pick up your URL, share out, and you have it all in one space. You're not trying to track anything down like you do a lot in Facebook. It's just a cleaner, more organized way to kind of showcase these animals. and get them adopted and get them homes and kind of try to get fosters and really help. So that essentially is a quick overview of Latigo, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to message me in here or to message me on Facebook. And my name is Jessica Barnes, and we will continue to develop the site and enhance it. We are, like I said, in beta. There's a lot of things we're working on, but the goal is to build something that really helps people who are trying to adopt out animals network them better